following is a production of the Department of Broadcasting and Journalism at Western Illinois University.
Primary election time is upon us, and voters are casting ballots for candidates running for office. We have all the local races for you to look out for coming up.
And Western Illinois University responds after threats circulating on social media. More on what happened ahead.
And warm and cool weather outside over the last couple of days. After the first day of spring, can we expect warmer weather? Molly Naslin has the forecast straight ahead.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. News 3 starts now.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Live at 4. We're just 3 hours away from polls closing for today's primary elections.
A number of races are being closely watched, and one of the most contested across the state is the governor's race. Incumbent Bruce Rauner is running on the Republican side. Rauner was elected in 2014, unseating Democratic incumbent Pat Quinn. He faces Republican candidate Gene Ives. Ives is a member of the House of Representatives representing District 42.
On the Democratic side, 6 candidates are running to be the next Illinois governor. This is J.B. Pritzker's first time running for elected office. Pritzker is an entrepreneur and has received endorsements from both of the state's U.S. senators. Also running for the first time is businessman Chris Kennedy. He's the son of former New York Senator Robert F. Kennedy. Kennedy has worked with nonprofits, and in finance, he's received an endorsement from Illinois Representative Danny Davis.
Democrat Daniel Biss is also on the ballot. Biss is an Illinois state senator representing District 9. He has also served in the Illinois House of Representatives. Biss has received an endorsement from former Lieutenant Governor Sheila Simon. Candidate Bob Daber is a graduate of Eastern Illinois University. His professional experience includes working as a high school teacher and superintendent. He also is a farm owner.
Rounding out the Democratic candidates is T.O. Hardeman. Hardeman is a graduate of Northeastern Illinois University. He's worked as a professor in criminal justice and as an executive director of a conflict mediation organization. Candidate Robert Marshall is the 6th person running on the Democratic ballot. He's a Harvard Medical School graduate. His experience includes service in the U.S. Army, and he's worked as the assistant director of radiology at McNeil Hospital.
The race for Illinois House of Representatives is also one to pay attention to for District 93.
Running on the Republican side is incumbent Noreen Hammond. Hammond was the first appointed to the chamber in 2010. She now fights for her seat against fellow Republican candidate Joshua Griffith.
Griffith is a resident of Abingdon and manages a roofing company in Galesburg. He says he was inspired to run because of his opposition to an income tax increase approved by the General Assembly last year. The winner of the Republican primary will face off against Democrat John Curtis in November.
Curtis is currently running unopposed in the Democratic primary election. He's an educator who has taught at Spoon River and Carl Sandburg Community Colleges. Curtis currently teaches at Western Illinois University.
Today is also the Republican primary election for McDonough County Sheriff. There is currently no Democratic candidate running.
Running on the Republican ticket for sheriff is Nicholas Pettigrew, who is the chief deputy at the McDonough County Sheriff's Department, which means he is second in command. Pettigrew said he does not plan to implement any major changes to the office if he's elected.
Brian Baca is also running for sheriff. He was born and raised in Bushnell and now currently lives in Macomb. He is the only candidate of the 3 who does not currently work at the sheriff's office. However, he says he has worked with most of the employees from working as a K-9 trainer. He says he has the experience and necessary experience in law enforcement and corrections to lead the department. Baca is the operations warden for Illinois Department of Corrections facility in Canton, Illinois. In that role, he has number 2 in command of prisoner of houses that houses around 2,000 people.
And lastly, Justin Lundgren is a detective with the McDonough County Sheriff's Department. Lundgren moved to Macomb from Tennessee, Illinois. His 25-year tenure with the Sheriff's Department qualifies him to be sheriff.
And also this primary election day, we spoke with students at WIU on exercising their vote to participating in the democratic process.
Absolutely. It gives us, believe it or not, like each person really does make a difference in the voting process, and for every one person that doesn't believe that their voice has a say, there's how many others?
I feel like as an individual, growing up and voting, learning about voting and stuff like that, so anytime I feel like voting is around, I feel like I should just go ahead and put my input in.
So if they're informed, I think that they should vote, but if they're like me, I'm not as informed as other college students, then possibly not, because if you don't really know much about the candidates, etc., you can't really make a well-informed decision.
College students wanting to vote can register with their campus address or can register back home and mail in an absentee ballot if not making their early vote back home. However, students can only vote in one precinct.
Students will also have the chance to vote in the Student Government Association elections. These elections are just around the corner, and the SGA is hosting a candidate meet and greet. The event will happen this Thursday night from 6 to 9:45. Students will have the opportunity to meet candidates throughout the evening in WIU's residence halls. The candidates will be in Corbin Olson Dining Center at 6, and then they will move to Thompson E Classroom in Tanner Circle at 7:30.
In more university-related news, WIU is responding to a threatening post that is circulating on social media. This all happened last night around 9:30 p.m. The anonymous Snapchat threat said, "I'm going to shoot up Western. Don't come to school unless you want your brains on a dry erase board." WIU students received a text message, phone call, and email stating the threat was not directed towards Western Illinois University in Macomb or Moline, Illinois. The post that was being shared was aimed towards Western International High School, in Detroit, Michigan. The high school has been on a high alert throughout the day, with police present at the school.
A student gunman is dead after he shot 2 other students at Great Mills High School in Maryland this morning. The St. Mary's County Sheriff's Office says the school resource officer fired a round at the shooter, and the shooter fired back at him. The officer was not injured, and the shooter was pronounced dead. Police say the shooter opened fire in a hallway shortly before classes began at 8 a.m. A male student is in stable condition, and a female student is in critical condition. The FBI is investigating the incident.
A Macomb man is in custody after police say he attempted to run from them last night. Macomb police pulled over William McClendon on Monday around 5 p.m. near the 500 block around Randolph Street. They say he was driving with a revoked license. The stop was routine until McClendon exited his car and fled from the scene. Police say McClendon ran across Lafayette Street and behind the First Bankers Trust south towards Calhoun. Police chased him and with the help of Illinois State Police were able to arrest him. McClendon was arrested on several charges including possession of just under 5 grams of crack cocaine and fleeing from the scene of a crime, among with other charges. He is being held at McDonough County Jail.
The McDonough County Sheriff's Office reports that 30-year-old Michael J. Morgan is in custody after a traffic stop turned into a drug arrest. Morgan made an improper lane usage that alerted police near La Harpe. That is about 30 miles northwest of Macomb. After pulling him over, the deputy searched the vehicle with consent. He found large amounts of meth residue on them and several bags that looked like they contained a taser. Morgan is in McDonough County Jail awaiting trial on counts of possession of intent to deliver and driving under the influence of drugs.
Coming up on News 3 Live at 4, a new restaurant in Macomb is finally opening its doors, and people flocked the front doors on that opening day. Why it's such a big turnout? Coming up.
I think just working with everybody in the newsroom, everybody has such a great camaraderie. All the opportunities that I've been given here have just been amazing to expand on that resume. I try not to beat myself up on the mistakes I make because there's so many opportunities. Just giving that experience, and this is how I got to do things in the real world, is really what the broadcasting and journalism department has done for me. When you have a really good show and that everybody nailed it, I mean, that's one of the best feelings in the world.
Oh, emojis! I thought the conversation just got dumber.
Ugh, internet trolls, just ignore them.
I like you just the way you are.
I believe in you! She's a hugger. Give her a squeeze.
Help up the hand!
Ah, there you go.
Thanks, mate.
You're killing it, James!
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
I want to be able to stand in front of the camera and tell people the story of what the weather's going to be like that day, or be able to tell people, hey, there's something coming your way, you need to take cover, you need to watch out. And being able to stand in front of a camera and tell not only the people who are directly involved, but their family members as well, like, this is what's going on. It's been very important to me because, you know, being in those situations where you are relying on the news to tell you what's going on, I like to be a part of that and helping people with that.
Live from Salee Hall in high definition. Live at 4 continues.
We are following some breaking news right now out of New Jersey. An armed standoff is underway near Princeton University. The school says police have a man surrounded at the restaurant just across the street from the university. No injuries have been reported. It's unclear if the gunman has any connection to the school. The university and 2 of its buildings near the scene are being evacuated. Princeton is on spring break right now, so classes are not in session. Police are urging people to stay away from the area. Panera Bread restaurant.
A new deli in Macomb has finally opened its doors for business. Yesterday was McAllister's Deli's grand opening. People were lining up around the building for prizes and a chance to win free tea for a year. The deli is located on East Jackson Street across from Farm King. They are known for their French dip for Italian beef, verde chicken, and Southwest chili. Closing hours vary, but the deli always opens 10:30 every morning.
Spring break is now behind us and summer is approaching quickly. Many students are looking to graduate and get a job or get an internship to build their resume. But many students are unsure whether to start searching for their opportunities. News 3's Alec Taylor shares how one campus office can help make that process a little easier.
The Career Development Center, located on the first floor of Memorial Hall, is a place that offers engaging programs that help students develop their resumes to help ensure a successful transition from their time in school to their professional careers.
We do resume critiquing, resume building, so if you don't have a resume, you can come in and we can kind of help you get started.
Many students do not know about the Career Development Center or have not gone themselves. But students are encouraged to take advantage of the opportunity to build up their skills.
It's more than a great way to get started in your career field, build professional skills.
The Career Development Center is especially useful to juniors and seniors that are set to graduate soon and enter the real world.
It's a great way to kind of start early rather than just graduating and you kind of have no idea what's going on.
If you have any questions about the Career Development Center, you can call or ask someone at the front desk.
We're always at the front desk. We can help you with anything you may need, so definitely come by Memorial Hall.
And if you need any other reason to check it out.
We also have candy. So.
Reporting for News 3, I'm Alec Taylor.
To make an appointment at the Career Development Center, stop by Memorial Hall, room 125, anytime between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m., Monday through Friday.
Tanner Hall is sponsoring their annual St. Baldrick's event for childhood cancer. Participants can shave their heads, volunteer their time at the event, or donate for the fundraiser. The event is already halfway to their goal of $12,000, with over $6,000 raised so far. To donate, you can call 888-899-2253, or you can go to the link on your screen. Will it be warming up since spring starts tomorrow, or will we have to keep those jackets out? Storm Team 3 will have the weather after the break.
I was born in St. Charles, Missouri, and grew up with my mom and dad and my younger sister. Funniest or most terrifying? I used to get in trouble for laughing on air, and one day we had someone kind of come in and straighten me out a little bit, if that makes sense, and everybody got a pretty good kick out of that one. My favorite thing about NEWS3 is probably how close we can get in a learning environment to the real world, not only from great things like this studio to the production room and even our writing lab. It's almost like what the professionals use.
See on page 4 that the projections need to be tornado next Thursday?
Seriously? Thursday? Can't do that.
This is really inconvenient.
I have yoga that day. I have no time for this. So.
I can't do Thursday, but I can do Friday.
Disasters don't plan ahead. You can. Talk to your loved ones about how you're going to be ready in an emergency. Don't wait. Communicate.
Create your success at Western Illinois University. Automatic scholarships and affordable education and more are all yours at Western Illinois University. Apply today at wiu.edu.
Good afternoon and welcome back, Macomb, and happy first day of spring. Today is the spring equinox, meaning that all areas of the earth are going to get 12 hours of sunlight on average today. Unfortunately for us, it doesn't really feel like spring has sprung since our temperatures are below average with 39 degrees currently outside with some cloudy skies, and there is some rain in the area. However, it's not around us at the moment. The dew point is currently 22 degrees. The humidity is at 50% and our winds are out of the north at 15 miles per hour, which is assisting with making it very chilly out. Now, looking at the Midwest weather tracker, as you can see here behind me, we've got plenty of clouds over here in the Midwest. They're coming in from the north and down off to the southeast is where the line of severe thunderstorms is over Florida. Those are the same line of thunderstorms that hit northern Alabama last night and also caused an EF3 tornado. Again, looking at our averages, we are below average today for our first day of spring, with the average high being 52 and our low being 31. We have had some pretty extreme temperatures for our high and low, with 82 and -2 for our high and low temperatures. Current surface map, again, we're looking at a lot of low pressure systems around us, and there is a band of rain, but it is off to our south. That's why areas just south of us are seeing some rain, and there is rain around us, but again, we're not looking to see that right now. Here's the radar. Again, here is that rain right along in here, but we're over in this area, so we're not seeing any of that rain right now, but we are going to be seeing some showers moving into our area later on tonight. Looking at our current temperatures, again here in Macomb, we are seeing 39 degrees. Beardstown, you are at 42, and Quincy, you are seeing your temperatures at 40 right now. Tonight, we're going to get down below freezing again. Even though it is spring, we're going to get very cold tonight with 26 degrees here in Macomb, 28 in Beardstown, and 27 over in Keokuk. Tomorrow, we're going to get a little bit warmer, closer to what our average temperatures are, with 46 in Macomb, 47 in Burlington, and 48 in Keokuk. Tomorrow night, again, we're going to dip down right around the freezing mark with 27 here in Macomb, 26 in Bloomington, and 29 up in Peoria. Again, tonight, we're going to see some rain early on, but it shouldn't last throughout the entire evening. Again, there are some spotty showers. And the photo that you're seeing on the screen was taken 2 years ago around this time, just to show you the drastic change that we have had over 2 years. Now, there is a La Nina, so that's been giving us some of those colder than average temperatures. Then tomorrow, we're going to see a high of 45 degrees, partly cloudy skies, so not too bad out tomorrow. And then for your 5-day forecast, again, 45 tomorrow with some partly cloudy skies. Thursday, we're going to see some rain in our area with a high of 49. Friday, 51 degrees and cloudy. Saturday, dropping down to 39 with some rain in the forecast. And then Sunday, back up to 45 with partly cloudy skies.
Well, even though it was spring today, do you know when we can expect some spring-like temperatures?
It's going to be a little bit longer before we see some of those spring-like temperatures come into our forecast, but we are going to be keeping an eye out, making sure that we give those to you right when we see them.
I guess as long as we don't have any more snow on the way.
Oh, absolutely. Can't do any more snow.
No
Can't
more
do it.
snow.
Well, since it's getting cooler, but I'm hoping that things are heating up in the old Dusty Diamond.
Oh, it definitely is. Coming up next on Live at 4, the coaching carousel has started to spin on the campus of Western Illinois University, and a Cinderella story is in the making. WIU head football coach Jared Elliott making marks for the upcoming spring game. New hires and promotions being the first step. And March Madness is living up to its name. Some of the madness for a Cinderella story team. And a whole lot more coming your way next in sports.
We'd do anything for kids. Yet 1 in 6 children in the U.S. struggle with hunger. Help end childhood hunger near you. Learn how at feedingamerica.org.
I learned broadcasting for 3 years in high school, so towards my senior year, I was pretty much invested in wanting to pursue a career. And I do enjoy it now, but I'm searching for a way to make sure that it's something that I want to pursue after college. That way, I'll be able to wake up every day and say, this is something I want to do, this is something that I love, this is something that I can teach, I can spread, I can affect people with.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in the shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
With the spring game coming up a month from today, Western Illinois head football coach Jared Elliott has begun to bring in the staff that will lead the Leathernecks for the upcoming season. Lots of changes coming to the Leathernecks staff, starting with the assistant head coach Ty Howell. Having been with the program since 2016, he will move into the assistant head coaching job while still managing duties as an offensive line coach and co-offensive coordinator. He will be joined by David Rocco, Mike Brown, and J.P. Bordeaux as they lead the offense. On the defensive side of the ball, Tyler Stockton will sit at the helm, named the new defensive coordinator. His staff includes Josh Ziedenberg, John Hanlon, and Dion Melvin. Rounding out the new hires is Radman Neven, a graduate assistant who will take charge of video coordination. The Leathernecks will have a month of preparation before they hit the gridiron again. Catch the Leathernecks in action on Friday, April 20th for the Bruce Craddock Spring Memorial Game. After beginning the season with a record of 0-12, the Western Illinois baseball team started Summit League play this past weekend and got their season turned around, defeating the North Dakota State Bison twice during a 3-game series this past weekend. In Game 1, the Leathernecks were able to capture their first victory of the season behind first-inning offense from Justin Fitzpatrick, who ripped an RBI double in the first. The rest was done behind the arm of Ian Koch, who was able to notching 6 innings while striking out 4 and allowing just 3 hits. Game 2 once again was a low-scoring affair, with both Blake Stockert of NDSU and Ryan Dunn of Western Illinois on top of their game. The only difference was that Western Illinois made mistakes in the field, as both NDSU runs were unearned. The final score, 2-1. The performance from Ryan Dunn was good enough to earn him Summit League Pitcher of the Week honors. The grudge match went to the Leathernecks, who took down the Bison 6-3, getting their second victory of the season behind a slew of offense from multiple players up and down the lineup, highlighted by Deion Thompson and Grant Hannant, both of whom had 2 RBIs for the Leathernecks. Western Illinois now is at 2-13, but 2-1 in the Summit. Next up is a match with the Maryville Saints, who come into town for one game, which will take place tomorrow afternoon at 3. For many sports fans, the month of March means one thing: the madness has begun. 68 teams entered the NCAA tournament with the dream of becoming national champions. Normally, that dream is only possible for a select few. But this March, schools from all over the country are making noise on a stage that many didn't even dream of them getting to. Loyola of Chicago entered this year's tournament for the first time since 1985, a year where they made it to the Sweet 16. This year, they have an opportunity to make it even farther after a thrilling second-round victory over Tennessee. Sister Jean of the Chaplain of Loyola Chicago looking on, her Ramblers did battle with the Volunteers. Tennessee won on an 8-0 run late, highlighted by a bucket from SEC Player of the Year Grant Williams, giving his team a 1-point lead. With 20 seconds remaining, Loyola on the other end responded with senior Clayton Custer knocking down a 10-foot jumper that just barely got in, bounced up and in. The Ramblers took the lead. The bucket would also prove to be the game winner as Loyola moves on to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1985. Sister Jean hugging the players after the game as Loyola's Cinderella story continues. Their national title would be the second in school history if they can get there, the last one occurring in 1963.
It's fitting that, he hits a big shot, going 1-2 pull-up like we've been doing in the gym for our whole lives, working on that shot, and I'm so happy for him, and this moment is something I'll never forget.
That was senior Ben Richardson, who was childhood friends with Colton Cluster. He spoke about the game-winning shot. Loyola will play Nevada on Thursday in the Sweet 16 with a trip to the Elite Eight on the line. Loyola may be this year's Cinderella team, but Thursday will determine if their run continues. That's sports. Final word is next.
I understand. I know it's not your typical resume.
Okay, well.
But candidate. But I've been working double shifts just to pay for books. I've been raising my 2 little brothers. I'm determined, driven, motivated. Isn't that what you're looking for?
Look beyond the resume and discover new ways to develop great talent at gradsoflife.org.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Prediabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
I mean, yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
I started to think about doing broadcasting my freshman year. I started calling some football games for the freshman football team. My high school didn't really have a broadcasting program like some do, and so a lot of my stuff was just PA for different sports, for basketball, for volleyball. And my mom signed me up for a visit to come to Western on a Discover Western day. And I walked through the doors of the rec center, and Buzz Hoon shook my hand and said, "Zach Stone, I've seen all your footage, I know who you are, and you belong here." And that's what really makes WIU feel like home.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Getting that college education, what are you gonna do? Graduate and take some office job? Be like everybody else? Or will you dare do something different? Like, be a teacher. You could be my teacher. You got the skills, the smarts. Yes, you. You could be the teacher I never forget. That would be cool. Does that corporate job even have recess? What are you gonna make of yourself? What are you gonna make of me?
Well, did you know Dairy Queen is offering a free small ice cream cone all day today to kick off the first day of spring?
For only $1, you can get your cone dipped to support Children's Miracle Network hospitals. A giveaway this week comes with only lines to wait for that free treat. So
I know I'm going to get me one right after this.
I hope so.
It kind of seems a little too cold to have one.
Exactly.
But
I was thinking that.
Ice cream never gets old.
Yeah, I mean, you have to go with the classics. I mean, vanilla is a classic. So what do you enjoy as ice cream?
I like cookies and cream.
Hey, cookie dough all the way, man.
Cookie dough, really?
It's amazing.
Molly?
I like strawberry.
Strawberry is pretty good, too, especially the one with real strawberries.
Yes, definitely.
All right, well, it looks like we have some rain on tap the next couple of days.
We do have some rain in the forecast, and With the ice cream on our mind, we also have some cooler temperatures, cooler than average that is. With our Wednesday coming up tomorrow, we have 45 degrees for a high with some partly cloudy skies. Now tonight we're going to be keeping our eye out for some rain in the forecast, and then on Thursday we're going to see some rain in the forecast again throughout the day with a high of 49, which is a little bit closer to what our average is. Then on Friday we're going to have cloudy skies with a high of 51, again even closer to what our average is for this time of the month. Saturday, we're going to see that rain back in our forecast again with a high of 39. And then on Sunday, that sun's going to be coming back into our forecast with partly cloudy skies and a high of 45 degrees.
Well, I have to say that I guess I'll be anticipating the 51 degrees on Friday because it's the warmest we'll probably get.
All right. Well, that's all for us today,
right.
But we're online all the time.
You can stay up to date with us, news3wiu.com. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Just search our handle, News3WIU. You can also search for us on YouTube and subscribe.
And we thank you for joining us this evening.
And from all of us here at News 3, have a good night, Macomb.